Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. If you're the kind of person who loves figuring out how things tick and maybe showing off a little bit of hands-on discovery, you are in exactly the right spot. We're going to unpack a classic, super thrilling experiment straight from our source material that's honestly going to make you feel like you have genuine superpowers. But, spoiler alert, it's not magic, it's just pure, unadulterated science. Let's get right into it.
Now let me ask you, have you ever inflated a balloon using only scientific superpowers? I know, it kind of sounds like something straight out of a comic book, right? Well, today we're going to show you how to acquire this exact superpower. By the time we wrap up here, you'll be fully equipped with a science-based trick guaranteed to absolutely blow the minds of everyone at home. And the real kicker? You won't need to use a single breath to blow up this balloon. Instead, we're relying entirely on the totally fascinating laws of chemistry.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The Toolkit.
Every great trick needs a solid toolkit, right? Our source lays out exactly what we need to make this reaction happen. And honestly, the best part is that you probably already have every single one of these items sitting in your kitchen cupboards right now. It's beautifully simple. We're talking an empty plastic bottle, standard white vinegar, plain old baking soda, a deflated balloon, and a funnel. Oh, and a small spoon works perfectly fine if you don't have a funnel handy. Just a quick aside for any parents tuning into this explainer, our source makes a really fantastic point here. Setting up these materials is actually an absolutely incredible way for kids to practice their visual motor coordination. Carefully pouring and measuring the ingredients physically connects the eyes and the hands, making the setup itself this really valuable little learning moment before the experiment even kicks off.
Moving right along, Section 2, the action.
All right, so now that our toolkit is fully assembled, it's time to actually execute this thing. Let's throw on our metaphorical lab coats and walk through this chronologically, because precision is totally key in science. Step 1, start by taking that empty plastic bottle and pouring in a splash of white vinegar until it's about 1/3 full. Easy enough. Step 2, grab your deflated balloon and your funnel and carefully drop 1 or 2 spoonfuls of baking soda right into the inside of the balloon. Make sure all that powder settles all the way down at the bottom. Okay, now pay super close attention to step 3, because this is where the suspense really builds. You need to stretch the mouth of the balloon securely over the nozzle of the plastic bottle. And sure, it's got a really tight seal, but, and I cannot stress this enough, do not let the baking soda fall into the bottle yet. Seriously, just let the balloon hang securely off to the side. Once you've got that perfectly set up, you are officially ready for step 4, lifting the balloon and letting gravity do its thing.
So, are we all ready for the reaction? You've got the balloon secured, the seal is airtight, and the baking soda is just sitting there, waiting to drop. This is it, the ultimate moment of anticipation. Like the source text playfully suggests, let's do this together. Get ready. 1, 2, 3. Lift that balloon straight up.
And bam! As soon as that baking soda plummets into the pool of vinegar below, the reaction is literally instantaneous. Watch how the mixture violently starts bubbling and foaming right up the sides of the bottle, and right before your eyes, this invisible gas rapidly rises from that bubbly mixture, rushing upward and filling our balloon completely. I mean, without you ever putting your lips to it or blowing a single breath, the balloon just expands, stretches, and stands straight up, inflated purely by the invisible forces we just unleashed. It is such incredibly fun science to share.
And this brilliantly illustrates our next point. Section 3, the science behind the magic.
You see, what looks like literal magic to the untrained eye is actually a very predictable, observable scientific phenomenon. We've had our fun, we've amazed our audience, but we really want to know the why behind the wow, right? Let's break down the actual mechanics of what just went down inside that plastic bottle. The absolute core takeaway here is that a solid plus a liquid equals a gas. This whole activity is basically a perfect, bite-sized introduction to the scientific method. The method is all about observation, and what we just observed is a dramatic shift in the states of matter. We took a solid, our powdery baking soda, and we introduced it to a liquid, our acidic white vinegar. When those two distinct states of matter collided, they underwent a chemical reaction that created something totally brand new, a gas. And since gas naturally expands to fill its container, and our bottle was completely sealed off by the balloon, that gas had absolutely nowhere else to go but up. It just pushed against the rubber and inflated the balloon from the inside out. Pretty brilliant, right?
It really is a masterful visual demonstration of chemistry in action, which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. What other things around your house might combine to create a gas? The scientific method absolutely does not stop when the experiment is over. It's always asking, what comes next? So I highly encourage you to take this structured knowledge, apply it, and just keep asking questions. But maybe more importantly, who are you going to surprise next with this newly acquired scientific superpower? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep observing, keep exploring, and I'll catch you next time.